Hey, I am live. Good evening, everybody. Mi gentes, my squad, my people. Namaste to you today. Hi, hi, hi. So I am definitely live alone today without a guest. So I hope that's okay. I hope that everyone's all right. with that. Okay. Um, we're gonna skip live tonight, and then the universe is like, "No, ma'am. No, you're not. No, you're not." So I'm here and I'm present. Um, and I'm ready to deliver what's been given to me. Um, I don't wanna, but I'm gonna. I do want to. I do want to. Let's be honest. But yeah. All right. So it's been a week. So I was on my vacation this week. I was supposed to go to Florida. I didn't go. Um, so I ended up staying home. I always believe that the Mother Universe doesn't do anything by mistake. There's no mishap. So Um, so on today though, um, give me one second, guys. Sorry, I'm filming. Can you give me a second? What is it? Brandon, I'm actively filming. Can you give me a second? What did you need? Okay, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'll check it in a minute, okay? Thank you. Sincerest apologies, guys. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay. Um, so I definitely um had some things that were kind of in my mind to share today. Okay. Um, so there were a couple of things, a couple of instances that happened, a few diamonds that were dropped in my lap, and some jewels to uncover and place. So, and not to stay on top of the just like what happens when you transfer spirituality. Granted, it was like the first two episodes, or when you I don't say transfer spirituality, but when you make a different decision about your walk and a bit politically to go like all in how how deep. I mean, it goes so deep, so deep. I feel like I'm still gathering my fruit on that one. Okay. But I do want to touch on some things that I haven't given insight on, some things that I do see. Um, and I keep saying because I'm trying to figure out how to address it without it coming across so personal. So what I'm noticing in a lot of what I thought was progression and what we've known as the church. And when I say by progression, I mean there are just more of us that are definitely having a different stance on how the delivery is being brought across, the truths that are not being told, and the lies that are. Um, very personally and very, very, very personally. Um, Going through understanding what my walk was and coming into church, understanding, we all understand the concept of what it is to be a babe in the church, and you know, and all of those things. And I'm really just speaking from the general concept because I'm seeing that there are as many people as I find that are consciously awake. There are so many still sleeping. A lot of our elders that have been in this game for a long time are getting so tired. I've heard more than one say, "I am tired of telling people what I know." I saw something today. It wasn't that God, but it was someone else a while ago that I also heard speak, and they said, "I'm just tired. I'm tired of telling people who don't want to listen." So here I am thinking, coming into my own, you live in your own little bubble, your world, that and everyone's kind of, you know, on some similar path, right? Especially when you talk to people that are obviously conscious, right? Or coming into consciousness. That's how I like to put it. Um, and you kind of get wrapped up into that, and you get involved in you know just different knowledge. You learn more, you're seeking places you wouldn't have looked for information that you thought you knew, and you realize you didn't have it. So then recently I heard someone say something that I personally took excessively offensive, not like as a person, but excessively as offensive as as a soul, as a spirit. Let's be honest, y'all. And in the progressiveness of all the things I thought people were, moving along or coming into some understanding, at least giving a head nod on some things, you're like, yeah, maybe that wasn't right. As leaders in these churches, to hear direct disdain come across took me to a place, disdain for the ancestors, for the disdain for the ancestors, disdain for the concept that people are breaking the molds. And it came across so aggressive that it was so fully offensive. I think that there are many leaders and mini leaders, um, and Black churches that do like Constantine, and when it doesn't benefit you anymore, you 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 call an end to it. Um, the guy who started the Spanish Inquisition was a preacher who was mad at people and called his peeps and was like, "Hey, come question this because I'm trying to figure out when my stuff's drying up." And that caused about 600 years of backlash. What I'm saying is, don't you dare to have the ability and power to make a difference in someone's life, especially when you have like a relationship with them, and then take all that they're expressing for naught. To take it like, I gotta piece this together without just, it's like if someone went to a church and got church hurt, it happens. And there was no one there to clean up the church hurt. And they, much like our previous guest, attempt to go on a different walk. And unlike him, maybe these people don't know what to quite do with the information that's being given to them. They know innately what it is to feel in their soul and their spirit. So they know they're not wrong. They know that God or the Holy Spirit or the universe or whatever is telling them innately something in them, something that's ingrained in them, what to do next, what's right. But the fear of doing anything outside of what we've been taught is so staunch and so heavy and relative. And I don't think that people understand the types of energies they stifle when they have certain approaches or say certain things. Now, and I say this because what's happening is you have like this big evolution of consciousness and understanding things are happening at the most rapid pace that I don't think any of us expected in this next move. That you have to be very, very careful. If you're not going to do what's coming next, fine. But you need to be very, very careful how those that are with you are when they decide to walk away, and all of the connections and things you've had with them and all the things shared with them, you have to understand that those things that intimacy and that relationship with you and their walk with God initially being saved and all those things doesn't stop. Their spiritual journey doesn't stop. So it's not good for you to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not good for you to stifle that. It's not good for you to look on it and say, I'm gonna say it. Don't pray to your ancestors because they were broke. I'm sorry. What? 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 I'm a little surprised. I was genuinely surprised to hear this. And then surprised and shocked, and then came another situation where it was realized that there had been some major stifling due to the church. Church hurt's real. Church hurt is so real. Those of you that are still in your walk as you have been, same as your mama's mama, your grandmama, that is, do you, boo boo. Do that fine. However, the rest of us that are willing to say, okay, maybe that wasn't quite the case. And maybe I should be doing other things. Maybe, you know, I should be looking elsewhere. You need to be just as supportive of that person's spirit and soul, because if you cared as much in the beginning, the way you said you did and acted like you did, you would now. If you had that kind of right relationship with that person. I just see a lot of people stumbling in the in between. I think that's my biggest thing. I see a lot of people stumbling in the in between in this crossover. And there's so much information, and a lot of y'all have it and are hiding it to do whatever it is that you do, but you're not being fair across the board. You would rather to be non-offensive to someone that was Episcopalian or Baptist or Jig or Mormon than you would to anyone that said, the God that created me and the energy cells in my body, in his likeness, in her likeness, in the likeness of the universe, was I appropriated and created. And then tell me that everything that came before me didn't matter because it didn't have wealth finances. It's a struggle to believe. And it's also a struggle to believe that you even believe that. Sorry. It truly, 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 truly is. What is the point of us honoring our mothers and eating the food of these women that have labored of love into these meals, into our clothes, into our conscious, into our, our prayer warriors, the mothers of the church, the elders of the church? What is the point of them even doing, of being, having, being, existing in that fashion if your concept at the end of the day is to say they don't matter? I talk to my ancestors every damn day, every day. You want to know why? Because I need their guidance, the same as I need it when they're here. You're so quick to say that, oh, once they're always with you. Then if I'm giving them the finger, then why would they help me? Why are they with me then? Why am I even believing that they're with me if I can't talk to them? If I can't listen to them? And I mean, this was like a boring, abrupt, just halt to the high that I was on and have been on for 2 years, and understanding and uncovering so much. And it was kind of like, I'm fine. Tim is fine. But there are quite a few people that aren't fine. Check your delivery. Check your delivery. Check the delivery into all of the things that you say, teachers, leaders. Check your delivery. Check the delivery in your message. I need you, y'all. Sorry. No, I'm not. Okay. So I really feel like there's a group of people that are in the in between. I don't know why. I feel like I'm standing at the end of the gate going, come on, y'all, come on. This y'all in the in between, just come on. It's okay. Just cross over. And I am flabbergasted at the amount of people that are there. And I believe that's honestly why it came to me after last week. I promised you I was going a different route. I was going to have another guest, another topic. And it's just the things that have been coming to me repeatedly or this week have this was necessary. Um, Watch your delivery and whose toes you step on. You don't know everything. Everything there is to know, none of us know everything there is to know, let's be honest. But just because you've been in the game a long time don't mean you know it doesn't mean you know an iota of what there is to know. And if you don't know by now, have been in the game this long, this thing, you might need to check your studies. Okay. All I'm saying is you're fine over there doing what you do. But what you're not going to keep doing is you're not going to keep stepping on the toes and the souls and the energy and the faith of people and creating canvases of doubt. So anyone that was that even considering and in between now is stuck, stuck because you said stop, because you're the leader. They trusted you. They didn't just trust you with their walk on a Christian journey. It's not how it works. They trust you as a person, as a feel, as an energy. You can't be respectful enough to just maybe not say some shit. That part, it was necessary. Wasn't necessary at all. Okay? That part. So I'm just saying, y'all. I know my Wi-Fi is sketchy. I don't know what's going on. I'll try to open the door. If I have connection, Kimmy the director, if you can still see me, if I'm still live, can you text me and let me know if this is being viewed? Because my connection says it is not. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Let me see something. So you might have made it worse. Okay. But anyways, whew, I'm hot. I yeah, but that I felt like that needed to be said. You would be surprised. I'm gonna speak to the Christian leaders. You would be surprised how many people you've negatively affected in their walk for whatever. These people come to you with their children, they confide in you, they love on you, they pay your bills. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. I mean, you can. Don't be disrespectful. Wow. In your position, because you have a job to do, right? Okay. All the Jesus you preach, all the God you preach. A little it's a little surprising to hear you say that. It's a little surprising to understand that that's a shared conscious thought. I've seen some reverends that are very progressive, very progressive. They still believe in God, very much so. But they're progressive, understanding what they know, understanding what all it befalls. It's way more than just a man on a cross, or let's be honest, y'all. But it definitely is a lot more than most people understand. It's a hell of a lot more than more people that are anticipating. So there are a lot of yous that are in the in betweens, and you're teeter tottering with your walk, and you're like, I don't really know what to do. I don't really know how to feel. I don't want to take the chance of not doing this and missing it and getting it wrong and ending up on the other side of wrong. You're gonna be fine. You'll be fine. Because what you need to do is listen to yourself. What's happening is if you're having that innate wish wash in between, chances are that that something's not sitting well, like a pebble in your shoe. Let's be honest, okay? Like a pebble in your shoe, something's not sitting well. Something's telling you, something's pulling at you that you need to do something different. That something's just not right. That ringing in your ear. That thought that's for no reason at all that you're looking around, that sound you might have heard, that smell you smelled. I mean, for you to think that your physical, tangible entity is the existence of all of the things of all of the earth, and then there was like one God and like one Jesus, like one book, and like that's it. That's it. That's all you got. Then there's like three hymns and like four songs, and there's Mary Mary, and then but yeah, no. But people have lived their lives that way, generation over generation over generation. And it has, what it has done is created like a wooden stake in sand. And every generation just goes down further and further. It's very sand, some type of transformation or metamorphosis. None of those words indicate anything easy. Period. Like you're crazy. Or without someone and most of us is, let me tell you, most of the people who are critical of people that are coming into a different state of mind don't even go to church on Sunday. They don't. And if they do, they're Christians. Not the kind we think, that don't drink, don't smoke, don't cuss, don't yell at their kids, they keep the house clean, all of those things, right? We know none of those things happen in most Christian households, right? Okay, let's be honest with ourselves, freaking real, okay? Um, I just feel that there is a great call. There are people on the other side of me. There are energies on the other side of me that I'm feeding from, that are giving me where I am, what I need to progress. But I feel like as I'm progressing, when I stop to look back, there's a crowd back there. They all know my name. So it's kind of like I'm just gonna hold the door. Hold the door. If anybody's watching Game of Thrones, I don't want to be that guy, but hold the door just for you guys to get through without feeling like you're gonna be beat up, badgered, or sent to hell tomorrow or the next day. So I know that my probably my uh Christian talk isn't as great as attempts. However, I think that I'm here to let you guys know that this show and I um are here to totally say it's okay. We're totally here to explore everything. So if you got like questions and stuff, send them over. If you want to be on the podcast to talk about your experience, I am perfectly okay with that. I don't like talking to myself. Sorry, background noise. Um, but definitely reach out if you have questions. The information that I gather, I plan on bringing back to you guys, not in a way that's like the way it's delivered to me. The way I understand it's probably the way I understand some things are a little more complex than I can even fathom. And it's just here, it's like, oh, that pieces together really, really well. And my goal is to take it and say, okay, now how does that relate to common sense everyday shit? Because if I can make it make sense, then it makes sense, right? So just renormalize the common sense. All the things you see that aren't right, that don't feel good, that don't feel good in your spirit, they don't rub you well. Um, listen to that. Pay attention to those things. And the universe is talking to you. The universe is talking to you regularly, and it's okay. So I don't know. I think on the next episode, because I'm gonna cut this short because I'm not sure about the connection. On the next episode, I'm gonna go into some other things that were on the table that I actually wanted to go over tonight. But I felt that there was just a great need, and I feel that there will continue to be a great need for the in betweens. I just want to call them in betweens because I was an in between. It's still really interesting. I was speaking to my mom today, and I was like, it's every time when you go to say God, now it's kind of like, because the first thing, not like the face I made is not like that. It's like you go God or universe or mother universe or big mama. um, but you do have this stigma, and it was just a matter. I said, yeah, because the minute you say God, you see Jesus Christ on the cross, right? That's immediately where your mind goes. Immediately where your mind goes, and it's really hard to um it's hard for some to fathom some of the things that we're going to unlearn, and in the unlearning process it's going to be, I can't believe that, but when the proof is given to you, it's just going to be, that's just what it is. It is what it is. That is obviously my phrase. It is what it is. um it's okay to break down and cry, and confirmation, crazy confirmation coming back to you, you thinking a thought and someone calling you right away and having that same thought, like, oh my god, or confirming that thought, that's real. The synchronized numbers you see, that's real. The energy you feel, that's real. It's the same when you walk in the room and don't get a good vibe from someone. You know they're trouble. It's the same thing. Why would you think that ability innately only exists in your presence here on earth? In this form, in this energy. I'm telling you, there are a lot of you out there. And it's okay. It's okay. But we're at a time now where we don't have nearly as much time as we had to unlearn this business as we did to learn it. Not like a doomsday shit, not like that. I'm just saying, you know, things are changing. Things are changing, and you can see it in the news. You can see it in the news, and it's really amazing to me how people can go on there and see the news and 1 week, and then look at something the next week and the next week, and not piece all three items together like that's boom bang boom. That's exactly what happened. How did you not see that coming? So I'm trying to get out of the how did you not see that coming mindset and mind frame to like, yeah, that's coming, and let's talk about it. So, um, women, women, to call the women, it's a call to women, it's a call to ladies. Get together. Get together with your counterparts, and you're going to be needed together. Okay. It says it takes a village to raise a child. Okay, great. Well, we all need each other all the time. Women specifically need each other a hell of a lot more. Um, the energy that we possess manifests itself, manifestation, manifesting things. We talked about the Tim. I'm working on mantras and mudras. It's hand motions for different energy types with your chakras and things like that. I think there's 36 mudras. I think I could be wrong, but that's what I'm working on next, which I plan on bringing to the table as well. But be mindful what you say, what you speak out of your mouth. Too, mantras are important. Saying things that are relevant are important. Saying things that are building are important. Saying things that are lifting are important. Saying things manifest. Your mouth manifests every day. You tell your children to do something, they do it or not. Either way, you manifest with your mouth, but you also manifest with energy. It's like, so women get together, lock up, link up. Um, we are particularly very different. Honestly, we're particularly different with the way that our bodies work, like literally down to the scientific cell and mitochondrial DNA. I'm going to do a short about that. So, but the point is that if you find yourself not well physically, mentally, worrying a lot, um, if you find yourself in stupors, if you find yourself in your own head, um, reach out to another woman that you trust and just have a conversation. You would be amazed at the things that come back because the type of energy that you share, um, that we share as women is very unique. The energy in ourselves is very unique, um, and very powerful. Okay. So women get together. Edie, I'm gonna get with you on some things. But if you find yourself in those precarious like, things that I said before, get with your women, get with your woman friend, and talk. I say talk, but talk because it's going to be is a shitload of confirmation, and you're going to manifest things differently, or actually manifest things you've been trying to manifest. No one strong enough to. Not all women are strong enough to do all things on their. Just gonna say that, okay? So, and I'm a bit guiltier of this when I realize when I get with my mom or my girlfriends that I do feel better about I about my life in general. Period. Um, and coming to cross find out with that information, how that works from a science level, but not just from a science level, from an actual like spiritual soulful level. It's pretty dope. So, um, I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. A lot of a lot of hesitations. It's kind of like I really didn't want to do that, but I felt like it needed to be delivered. And the universe is like, this is you, sis, this is you. I literally did makeup and hair so kidding. I'm going to go back to bed probably after this. But for those of you that tune in, thank you. I hope that this was not like so much a question and answer, which is very much my intention with the show. Um, the question and answer banter that I would like to have had tonight, but you got just me. You got just me and all my thoughts and all the things that the universe, well, not all of them, but some of the things the universe felt that I should share because it's times are getting aggressive. Times are getting aggressive in which the information just needs to be put out there. I remember when I was in church and I learned to interpret tongues. I was so nervous. I was in the room and it got really quiet, and this one woman just starts speaking in tongues, and she's like, I look around, the only person saying is like the person holding the microphone, her and me, and I'm like, why is everybody else prostrate in this room? And I felt at the time was the spirit. This is for you to speak, and if you don't say it out of your mouth the way they can hear it, you're this is not going to be good for you. Okay. Not like I was like, going to get killed or anything, but I was going to someone was going to miss something if I didn't interpret those tongues at the time, right? So I did, and I was very nervous because not nervous for being heard or interpreting the tongues. I was nervous for getting it wrong and for getting it wrong for someone who took it to heart, like who took it seriously in their soul. All I know, next thing, but I get up. I don't know. Whatever came out my mouth, came out my mouth. Not my problem. I just knew what I didn't really want to get some answers or you're an in between. Please contact me. Um, Also, I'm going to unplug the website, brewhahathetruth.com. And I can be found on Facebook that way. On Instagram, it's brewhaha_the truth. You can DM me on their messenger or on Instagram. I'll respond. So, thank you for those of you that watched tonight. Thank you for those of you that will watch in the future. And thank you for those of you that are being shared this for watching on your friend's best advice to watch me talk for 30 minutes. So, namaste, my people. I think I'm complete with this message. I think I'm complete with this message. So, namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. And may peace be with you this week. I'll speak to you again in a week or soon, or maybe depending on what happens. Bye, guys.